Misfit, what we eating tonight?
Star Pizza.
That's crazy.
Let's talk about Star Pizza.
And we'll talk about Star Pizza. But first, this is Cats, the Cougar After Thoughts Show. I'm Ryan Monso. That's Brad Towns. That's Mike Batten. Cougars lose 17-14 in one of the ugliest games I remember.
Oh, you must have forgot last year.
Well, I saw a lot of bad last year, and Batten was the main reason why. We'll get to that.
Definitely.
But you get 4 turnovers and can only get 14 points. You were bad at quarterback. You were bad at receiver. Tight end was not good. Special teams was bad. The defense played well. They took the ball away. They limited points. They let Manjack catch 9 passes, but that's okay. Mike, what are your first thoughts about what you saw tonight?
Well, coming from the defensive side, I think it was an amazing game. 4 turnovers, usually unheard of. I think both sides played really well defensively, and I said it's going to be the offense that's going to lose or win either one of these teams the game. And as we saw, that's kind of what happened. I guess it was more on the special teams, unfortunately, for Mr. Sanchez, but really good defensive game, grinded out, a lot of turnovers. But like you said, from a fan viewing standpoint, it was a very ugly and hard to watch game. My dad was cussing, and he was saying he didn't even want to watch the game, but I told him I need to watch the game because I'm going to hop on this podcast. And yeah, for the most part, it was pretty ugly.
Brad?
I'm sorry, I was distracted by anything but this game. That was an abysmal offensive performance. I don't know if we saw some really, really bad offense last year.
Yeah,
I could, yeah, Pat, you saw it up close and personal. But the offense this week was, I guess, because my expectations are higher from this group. They've earned those expectations, but it was terrible. It was pathetic.
Yeah.
And to make it even worse, to make it more pathetic, it's just coming out of a bye week.
Yes. We're going
to get into it a little bit more on this, but bye weeks for U of H have been a fucking disaster. Sorry, sponsors. Sorry, earmuffs people. It's been a fucking disaster. I don't know what the hell goes on in the bye weeks. We're going to talk about it a little bit more, but I don't know. It's terrible.
Thank you to our former sponsor, Star Pizza, Section 12X, and the Ritz. We appreciate all of you. And yeah, no, Brad, you're right. Let's just talk about the off week thing now.
Okay.
You're 1-3 coming off the off week. Your one win is that hellacious comeback against Oregon State where you blocked the kicks and they fired their special teams coach like 2 weeks later.
And let me stop you right there.
All right.
It's not just that we're 1-3.
No, you've looked terrible.
It's the offense has been. There needs to be. I don't know if I could come up with another word. There's not enough words to describe how bad it is, especially coming off of offense. I mean, off of a bye week. Abysmal, pathetic, terrible. a travesty, an affront to humanity. Anything that you can come up with. I mean, we scored 10 against Baylor. We scored 14 against Kansas. Thank God we had overtime, and thank God that we had block kicks because we finally came back and scored 27 against Oregon State.
Well,
Oregon State's probably the worst team in the fucking country.
Yeah.
And then we score 14 today.
Can I fact check you real quick?
Sure.
They did not come off of a bye week to play Baylor. They came off of bye week to play Arizona and only
Which was
scored
worse.
3 in that
Or
game.
just as
Yes.
bad.
Well, okay, so that makes my point even worse.
Yes. Agree with that. It's just been bad. And I don't know. Maybe, Mike, you can speak to this. There can't be something they're doing structurally that's wrong.
Yeah, I was talking to Brad kind of before the show started about this, and I said, I didn't really notice anything in particular that we did in the bye week that was, in my opinion, bad. The bye week is used to rest up, reset, get your mind right, and say, okay, let's continue on the season. But the one thing I did kind of come to conclusion with, and that I did as well last year, is I kind of thought, man, this is a little too easy, a little too lackadaisical. Of course, it doesn't necessarily affect me. At least I like to think so. But it's hard, going, being that lackadaisical and then trying to come back next week and bring the fire. I think people that would be the one issue I have with the team. And maybe that's what's going on, is they're going a little too light on the bye week, and people, or, the team maybe feels like they're letting off the gas pedal. They come next week and it's just, they're still in that same mindset. And that would be the one thing that, I don't know what other teams are doing in the bye week. I was at a previous school. It definitely wasn't that lackadaisical when I was at ULM.
Okay. This 2-week stretch, they came back from Central Florida really late that Saturday. So they got Saturday and Sunday off. They worked out Monday. Tuesday, the coaches went to Louisiana for Hester's memorial service.
Yeah.
So they had Tuesday off. They worked out, I believe, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then got Saturday, Sunday off, and then came back this week. Do you think a more hard-ass schedule in that first week is at least worth trying?
Yeah, I think, it's been 4 games in the last 2 years. It's just been really bad. I think next year he needs to say, you know what, screw this. We're turning it up. Usually teams only got 1 bye week, so I think they'll be all right if we go hard, a little bit harder during these weeks. And I think I think that'll make a big difference. I had a friend that played for UNLV, and their coach, can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's at Purdue now. And, they had a lot of success. And he told me –
Barry Odom.
Barry Odom. He told me their bye weeks were like hell, full speed. Now, I'm not saying do that, but I think we can find a happy medium and to maybe keep these kids, on the uptick.
Brad?
Yeah, I mean, I can't pretend to have any answers. I know that what we're doing ain't working. It's not only is it not working, it's fucking everything up because the team looks terrible. I mean, they look like a completely different team offensively. I don't get it. I never had bye weeks or anything, just being a lowly old baseball player. But there's only one speed, and it's full speed. Anything less than that, you're asking for things from players that you don't ever ask of them. From the time off season starts all the way through the season, you're asking everybody to go 100 miles an hour. But then whenever you take your foot off the gas, and if you take your foot off the gas in a bye week, that just seems opposite of what
you lose that momentum. I'll speak for
it's one of those how you do anything is how you do everything.
Mm-hmm.
So if you start half-assing shit, well, guess what? That's what you're going to do. That's if you're
Yeah.
trying to find a lower gear, you're doing it wrong.
Well, I can remember from experience, last year, like I said, I like to think it doesn't affect me, but that slow bye week we had going into that Kansas game, I remember warming up for the game like, oh, okay, still in this football season, like, come on, where's the energy? There was no energy.
Right.
Honestly, I didn't have any. I was trying my best. I could tell the team didn't have any, and we came out and we flopped. Fast forward, to the Arizona game, we had a bye week before then. I kind of felt that same holdback, that same problem, and definitely wasn't as bad as the Kansas game. But it just, when you, like you said, you take your foot off the gas pedal, you lose that momentum, and the football season is hard. You might as well just keep your head down and keep going. Don't look back. It almost feels like you're looking back with the bye week and like you're taking a break, a vacation, and then you're like, oh shit, we got to come back. We're still playing football. And it's more of a psychological issue. I think I suffered from it, and I'm sure a lot of the other guys did as well. So it's a tough thing, but it's good to have 2 bye weeks, gives the guys a break. But I think you got to find a happy medium. Maybe they're going a little too easy on those bye weeks.
Yep. Ryan?
I don't know.
It's all speculation,
Yeah.
So
I am confident that we can take Connor Wigman off the Heisman list. I feel like I can make that call.
I don't think he played that bad.
I think
he didn't play bad, but he
missed some.
There were so many throws that were missed, or the route was not run. He had a couple of drops. Harvey Broussard dropped one early. Tanner Kozel dropped one late. Tanner only had one drop going into this game. He might just have been so wowed that they actually found him.
Right.
But then you also
where's Waldo?
It was cold.
You had your 6'7" wide receiver running a fade route, and the ball's thrown 3 yards short.
Yeah.
That ball was about as short as Sanchez's 49-yard attempt.
But I don't like that call. I think
horrible.
Take your points in the first half. Let's just kick a field goal. Keep this momentum going. 14-10. The game's tied. It's
going to sound like it's going to sound like a revisionist history. But I'm sitting there calling. Give me the 3 points.
Same thing.
Because you get 3 there. You've got momentum going into half, and then you're coming out with the ball.
I told you
could take the lead on the first drive.
I think this is the thing that's a bit frustrating about Fritz is he's a very conservative coach, but when it comes to 4th down, he seems to go for it a lot.
He's very, very unconservative on 4th down. Now, I'm usually the one that's saying, take the points, take the points, take the points. I did not mind going for it there.
Yeah.
But I hate the fade route. I freaking hate that play.
Yeah. They knew it was coming,
It was, it was a telegraphed. It was the only place he was going with that.
Yeah.
And the one place you can miss with a 6'7" guy is long. Yeah, right. Miss long, but don't miss short. And it was like in slow motion.
He short-armed it.
And I like Connor Wigman a lot, but he has not played very well since Texas Tech. I think he has run the ball very hard. I think he has taken some licks. He slid a little early on a play. Thank God. I think TCU had the disconcerting signals right after that.
Wait, I forgot. Did they give him the first down on that?
Yes.
No. Are you serious?
They got the first down on the disconcerting.
Well, no, we didn't get the first down on the
he was
sliding 4 yards short.
He was 3 yards short on that. And then before the next snap, U of H won the first down there. I think that happened twice that they got a first down. They got it on the pass interference down at the other end. So there is so much frustration we're seeing it in the stadium. Ethan, so I was 20 yards left of the upright, and Ethan nearly pegged me.
Yeah, it wasn't even
I had
close.
to get out of the way.
I mean,
Yeah.
it looked like me, about halfway through a handlebar of beam, snap hooking one on the 17th and then puking in the cart. That was horrible. Like it or not, man, quarterback's a real tough job.
Yeah.
It gets all the glory and it catches all the blame. And
Yeah.
there's a reason why they're the highest paid for a reason. There's a reason why they're the highest paid for a reason. I'm just dumb.
Yeah, if Houston wins this game, we'd be talking more about how bad TCU's quarterback did and how Wigman pulled it out. And that's why winning and losing is everything, and stats are for losers. But it is what it is. It's a hard position, and the thing I do like about him is he's very gritty, and I can be happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he's got to make plays, and it didn't happen.
No.
Did not. Brad, talk to us about Section 12X.
Section 12X. No matter what, they don't choke. They never fall short, and they never snap hook. They deliver it before you expect it to be delivered. Always on time, every time. Always top quality. They actually get better after the bye weeks. They've done nothing but improve. Go hit section12x.com, buy your new gear. You got Christmas coming up. Buy some for yourself. You're going to need some for yourself,
You
Best
might
way
have
to
to
get
go
over
and
a little
watch this
depression.
team in a bowl game.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? Maybe this sends us to the Pop-Tarts Bowl, and Big Townsy here can get fatter.
No.
Yeah, Section 12X, man. They've been very supportive of us and love their gear. Their hats are my favorite because they fit my giant bucket head. But go hit them up.
Mario, our photographer, sending me photos from the game, and he sent one of Connor Rigman sliding where he was 3 yards short, and Tanner Kojal's in the background like, oh my God, I can't believe he slid 3 yards short. I am all for that. Thank you, Mario.
Scared,
well, I guess if it makes anybody feel any better, even if we had won, we were mathematically eliminated by Utah
winning.
Well, I don't think anybody was hoping for that at any
well,
point today.
my catchphrase all year is we're still in it. Well, we're no longer in it.
I mean,
hey,
I have said all year that this team has overachieved to get to 8 wins, and I still say that's absolutely correct. It's not an 8, 9, 10 win team. It's not.
Well, here's the beauty of that. It doesn't fucking matter. You are what your record says.
You are 100%.
I would love to be Indiana and be the worst 11-0 team in the history of college football.
Yeah. I mean, we beat Baylor. We're sitting 9-3. We might be in that top 25 at the end of the year.
I think
unlikely, but
the voters have figured U of H out by now.
Yeah.
You've
Well,
come.
the thing is,
That's twice. Yeah.
Us getting momentum into the polls are showing you exactly why, or exactly the problem I said that polls always have, is that once you get into the season, it's all about momentum, and then one team loses, then everybody just slides up a rung. One team loses, everybody slides up. We got moved up because of our record, and that's the thing, is that you are what your record says you are. Georgia Tech's got a gaudy 9-1. They sitting at 9-1
like
this year.
Yes, sir.
Something.
Sitting at the top of the what you call it?
The ACC.
ACC.
Use your words.
You think we have a bad strength of schedule? Theirs is 15 spots below ours.
Wow.
But they're ranked 15th, so it doesn't matter. You are what your record says you are.
Yeah. I can believe in that. Brad, why don't you read some comments while I'm trying to do this?
Do what?
Look for a photo. Try to get a photo. Just to look at the comments. Damn.
It's very hard to be optimistic after an offensive performance like that. Just very conservative coaching. Here's the yes, it is very conservative, except for that one fourth down for going for the touchdown. But regardless, here's where you gotta use context in thinking about this. The last couple of games, Wegman has been abysmal in protecting the football. Okay, they see him in practice too, so something's off, and so you've got to try to be able to get a ground game. If you're going to get anything going, you got to hope your quarterback doesn't throw you out of the game with a bunch of picks. So, as much as we don't want to be conservative, you also don't want to give up another 4 turnovers.
Yeah, it seems to just be who we are as a team, and it's worked well. Again, we got 8 wins. Mm-hmm. Come
on. How do we let Banjack get 9 catches? Luckily,
happy for him.
Yeah.
Luckily, it didn't kill us. I mean,
no.
You keep the guy in front of you. Luckily we got one called back on a really nice holding. It was a great tackle by the downfield.
Great tackle. I mean, just took his head off. Got to be impressed by that. Here's Tanner with Connor sliding. Oh, no. Yeah.
A little short.
Yep. A little short, buddy.
Hard to believe this team has won 8 games. Not really. Yeah.
Easy schedule, but I think that's kind of a backhand compliment. But I think that we were actually pretty good at winning games, close ones. That's why I really thought we were going to pull this one out when we started driving. I'm not an expert coach, but that last those last 4 plays were kind of strange to me.
The second down play was the second down play where we decided to run it.
I get why you want to try to eat some clock there. I get it.
Okay, yeah.
But at that point, you can't be focused on the clock. You've been so bad at getting in the end zone. That's got to be your focus.
Well, I don't know if I'm thinking about this right, but what about the third down call? We throwing it out of bounds? I guess the clock kept going, luckily, but I don't know. I was thinking we were trying to score a touchdown and then run the field goal unit out there. If we had to. I know we had no timeouts, but I don't know. Again, I'm no expert here, but
I mean,
I just thought, we're trying to go into overtime. I don't know. I'm trying to win the game, but again, we're conservative.
Where we were. I mean, what were we on the 20?
25.
Yeah.
And we had 50 seconds left.
It's one thing if you're going to try to sneak a run in, because you think everybody's going to play deep and they're only going to be rushing 3 with no linebackers or whatever. But that goes out the window when the field is shorter. They don't have to drop everybody as deep.
Yeah, maybe that would have been, hey, Connor, check, quick screen, outside. I get it's dangerous, though.
If you're going to run there, then the play is yell into the green dot's ear, we're going to run this pass play, but you're going to fucking run the ball.
Yeah. It was saying like, hey.
Let everybody clear out, and you got a straight shot.
I was thinking that too. Hey, unless something's wide open, just look for a lane and run. If you got to take a sack, take a sack. It's okay.
We were
We're in field goal range.
Literally a half a beat away from the touchdown is when he got hit on that pass rush. the ball that fell incomplete.
Are you talking about the first down?
Yeah.
I was on the field trying to get from one side to the other. Explain to me what happened there.
Yeah, I think I missed that too. Strangely,
On the
first down, they threw it to Jaquise Martin.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was just a typical pass. He dropped back, and guy was rushing off the edge, and got to him and made contact before he released the ball, which made the ball come up short.
Do you think that would have been a touchdown?
Whenever he hit him, but Martin had 2 steps on him. He was going to be wide open in the end zone.
Of course.
Okay. It's what it is.
I'm not saying that the ball would have even gotten there. Everything was short today.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's very hard to be optimistic after an offensive performance like that. Just very conservative coaching. Yes, a lot of people are upset again about going into the half taking a knee, but I think that was the smartest thing they've done in 3 weeks.
Hold on. Why?
Okay.
At that point, you were literally, fuck me sideways. Good Lord. Why would people be mad for kneeling with 40 seconds left with the ball on our, 35?
Oh, no, 10. You're on
our 10? No, take it to the damn house. We were just aggressive, and people were complaining that we were aggressive and should have kicked the field goal. It's like, what do you people want?
Yeah. Well, I think that was the right call. Yeah, but that's a right call on the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
40 seconds, and you've got momentum, and you get the ball in the third quarter. Not that you've done anything with that in recent weeks, but you did have an opportunity. I'm not seeing any leadership on offense. Okay. This is what would bother me as a fan. This team is 3-3, or went 3-3 at home this year, 5-0 on the road.
Yeah.
There is something there, and I don't know what it is, but you played 3 uninspired games at home versus Tech, West Virginia, and TCU.
Well,
you did not play great against Arizona, but you won.
Tech had everything. I mean, you could just throw that out there and say you just
absolutely.
That's like saying
trucked.
You should have done better against the freight train.
But they made so many mistakes early in that game to help that trucking get started, because the defense held Tech to field goals early in the game. Anyways, you went 3-3 at home, and that's pathetic. And I just there's going to be changes.
You can't get your ass beat by West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Pathetic.
Yeah,
and you shouldn't lose this game. You shouldn't.
No.
And the thing is that it's really not just the fact that it's the wins and the losses. It's how you play the game, and they didn't play well in a lot of these games at home.
Well, on the bright side.
Wait. Is Mr. Winning is the only thing that matters now saying it's how you play? No, is if you win the game. And you didn't do anything to win the West Virginia game or the TCU game.
No.
But look how close we are to being 10-1.
You're also close to being 5-6.
Yeah. I'm a half full kind of guy.
Yeah, but I mean, it could have gone.
No, you're right. That's a great point. That's why people say this team is not 8-2. Well,
I mean, they are.
It could go like we just.
No, they're not.
We could be 10-1, but we could also be 5 and whatever.
Yeah, 6-5, 5-6. Here's Mr. Positive. The energy at the game actually wasn't bad. In that second half, I thought it got really pretty good. When you blitzed on that third down and Josh Duggan, what was his name? Hoover?
Yeah.
It looked like Josh Duggan. He just looked deer in the headlights on that third down blitz
That was a good
where
call.
40 guys got to him. The stadium got loud then. They got loud for the fireworks, which from where I was sitting looked kind of lame. But then I saw pictures and I'm like, oh, okay, this is bad. This is good. I want to address this. Apparently, we don't have any wide receivers. I think I agree. I think Amari Thomas is excellent. He's a very good receiver. He does everything right.
NFL.
But other than him,
and well, I mean Tanner. I mean, I know he's a tight end, but
yeah.
yes, other than them two,
Tanner
and Dean,
is very good. Dean caught 5 balls out of the backfield.
Yeah, I know. It seems like there's nobody else. You're right.
You did lose Boogie Johnson earlier in the year. That hurts.
Yeah.
But Kobe Young has had a chance to step up. He hasn't done it. Jaquise Martin, he's very young. He's getting those reps, but he's not there either. There is a lot of room at receiver. There is going to be a lot of catches available next year.
I'm surprised they haven't. I don't know what's going on the inside, but I'm surprised they haven't utilized Muse more in the slot. I thought
You basically haven't seen him.
I know. I thought he did pretty well last year when he did catch the ball. You know, it was very few and far between, but he was a really good blocker too. I don't know. That's, I'm speaking from the guys I had last year. I don't know what we got this year, but I would imagine he'd be a good little change.
I'll tell you what, if there were the receivers who might have been on an official visit today, who were in the stands, and this message is directly to them. If you come here, I guarantee you will get snaps, and you're probably going to be a star if you're as good as you might be, as we might think you can be, or as good as you believe you are. You're going to start because there's nothing there. There's zero, zilch, nada.
Yeah. Just be ready for that portal, though.
It's going to be fascinating to see what happens with this program and the portal once it opens January 3rd, I think, 2nd or 3rd. Who announces before then? You can't get in till the 2nd or 3rd of January, but you can announce anytime you want.
Is Amari Thomas got another year?
I believe he does. Yes.
He's gone.
You think?
I don't know.
I mean, he's got one more year. He's a junior.
I hope not. But he's playing really well. And
you throw as much as you can conceivably throw at him.
Yeah.
Money-wise. And balls. Look, Amari, we're going to throw you 12 a game.
Yeah.
Go catch
like
10.
Jamar Chase and the Bengals.
Yeah. So I think he is as good a receiver. I mean, Tank Dell was something very special. But besides Tank, I can't remember the last receiver I liked as much as Amari Thomas. Slade Nagel is not the guy. Been that way, and Willie needs to part ways, or else Henderson looks like he's worth $8 to $10 million if we don't surround him with legit talent and play calling. There's a lot going on in that comment.
I mean,
who is
Let's start
Henderson?
with Keyshawn Henderson.
Oh.
Say that again, Brad.
I think Slade Nichols pretty good at what he does.
What does that mean?
I don't think he's a problem.
I don't think he's a problem either. I
Yeah,
think he
I don't-
does exactly what Willie wants.
I think Slade Nagel, I mean, just look at what he's done with this team, compared to last year. I know we got a lot of new talent, but I don't know the exact stats on the offense, but just from watching with my eyes, I feel like he does pretty well. And look at his track record. I mean, I'd have to look at the stats. Do you know how many points we're averaging a game?
It'd be right at 28 now. I had to guess.
That's pretty.
Which is double what you averaged last year.
Yeah, that's middle of the ground, but
yeah.
we're not putting up 40 like Ohio State and stuff, but
if you're being honest, Connor Wigman has not played well the second half of the year.
right.
Your receiving core has been less than you expected, much less. Amari and Tanner Kojal, great. Your offensive line has actually gotten better as the year has gone on, but I wouldn't say they're in the top half of the Big 12.
No.
Your running backs are okay, but they're just okay.
I feel like Dean could get some more carries.
Probably.
12. He could get 15, 18.
Yeah.
Did look a little gassed, though.
Jamarian Burnett has not played since his injury, since he slammed his hand in that car door. And we were told that, he's ready, he's available. Now I have to think they're going to try to get some sort of medical red shirt out of him or just red shirt him because it doesn't make sense at this point that they haven't played him.
Yeah.
So while you want to put this on Slade, I think he's doing exactly what Willie wants, which is we probably have less talent than the other team. So we're going to try to minimize mistakes, run the ball down your throat so that in the fourth quarter we can impose our will and get it to the fourth quarter in a tie game or up a little bit. And that's exactly what you did this week. That's exactly what you did at UCF. You were in a close game going to the fourth quarter. Arizona, same way. Arizona State, you led. I mean, that's what they want to do, and they're doing it. It didn't work out this week. If you hit Jaquise Martin on that first down play in the end zone, most people are pretty happy, right? But you didn't. You failed, and that's okay. I don't think Keyshawn Henderson is going to jet because of this game. Keyshawn knows exactly who the staff is going to be. He knows who's coming in as part of the staff. And I don't know about the $8 to $10 million. If one player deserves $8 million, he needs to go somewhere else because that's not going to happen here. This is not happening.
Well, it's not going to happen anywhere in the country except.
I don't think it is. Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's
Duke paid that dude $8 million from Tulane.
Yeah, and
so Tulane, the market's there.
Yeah. First Applewhite, then Dana, last year offense, and now this. So frustrating. Yeah. It is.
It's hard to please people, huh?
Yes.
I guess you got to go undefeated,
I don't know if it's
what we're all shooting for.
I don't think it's unique to U of H, but
no,
it's not good enough that we win. We have to win with a really, really exciting offense. And not only that, we've got to win with a really great defense. But the offense and the defense are two completely separate units, and they don't play off of each other at all. So that means we've got to score about 60 points and be high-flying, high-paced, high-tempo. But the defense, there's no such thing as complimentary football to our fans. You can't do any of those.
Yeah.
They just have to be great on their own.
And like you said,
our defense is good. A lot of it based on what our offense does.
Yes.
We
100%.
might not like it, but it's playing chess here, not speed checkers.
Yeah.
And I'm an LSU alum. I promise you it's way worse with those people.
Well, there's also like 300,000 of them.
Right. Well, there's a little bit different. But U of H fans are upset with the basketball team too. So it is what it is. Fritz has a great reputation for managing games intelligently, but we frankly have not seen that at U of H.
I disagree.
I 100% disagree.
I think the reason why we are 8-3 is because he's managed the game so well. We can all point to individual calls here and there. We should have done this, we should have done that. That's natural, and that's, we're not wrong. We're not. I mean, the second down run, that's questionable. The fourth down fade, that's questionable. But those are two very small instances. There's a lot of other ones that were good calls.
Yeah, and I challenge you to look at the close games where we won. They were managed very well. If you just focus on the losses, yeah, I mean, you're going to make some wrong calls. You're going to make some wrong decisions potentially. But he was just doing what he felt was best, and I 100% trust Fritz in that. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those where I kind of have to take a step back out of the situation today and let the frustration go past. I appreciate y'all letting me vent a little bit because I feel much better now. Now I can step back and kind of get out of the moment and look at the more context. But we wouldn't be 8-3 without the way he managed the games.
U of H going into today was 6-1 in one-score games under Willie. Your one loss was OU last year. That bullshit muffed punt on Mekhi Muse is the difference in that game. Fritz is he is now 14-4 in one-score games in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Anybody takes that record. Anybody.
Connor says it's hilarious that had they won the game, how different the narrative would be. Connor, I'm going to say you were wrong. If we would have won that game, we would have everybody still complaining. It doesn't matter.
And I have no issue with people complaining. That's the whole point of these shows, is group therapy. All you have to do is watch some YouTube ads, right?
Exactly.
But
yeah. I mean, the narrative definitely could have been different if we won, but yeah, there's always going to be some people complaining. One more game left and see what we can do. In-state rival, kind of, I guess.
Yeah.
Baylor, and they're going to be coming off a loss. So, they got 5 wins, Baylor. So they're going to be really giving us.
Luckily, though, Dave Aranda got the I don't know if it's the kiss of death or the nice guarantee that he'll be back next year. So maybe the other teams, the other players are either one pissed or two really happy where they don't have to actually play. And maybe we'll get everything together and go out.
What happened in the Baylor game? I know they were tied early. Did they get blown out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Arizona looking
41-17.
Making us look good.
Arizona scored 20 in the fourth.
That helps.
UCF came back in the second half.
Really?
Survived the juggernaut Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State.
And I know we have a lot of people who say that we can't win big because we don't have enough money. Money's not going to do it all. Look at Oklahoma State.
Yeah,
we've poured a lot of money.
They've only won like 3 games in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, they need to do a case study on that. I don't know what the hell is going over there. I thought Oklahoma State was a team that will always be good, at least decent.
Solid, you think?
Yeah, at least, they're going to bowl games every year. That, to me, these last 2 years, that's been probably the biggest surprise to me.
Ryan, play me the Ritz roll.
Uh-oh. I'm excited. Now
not the rant one. I've already done my rant. I saw this and I wanted to bring it up. I can't believe Aranda is coming back. People are out for Livingstone's head. I don't disagree, and I'm saying that as a big fan of Dave Aranda, the person, not the head coach. Defense coordinator, I love him. but Baylor's in a pickle. They are in a situation I do not envy
Can
because
you say pickle again? Because that was kind of funny.
Baylor's in a pickle. They are in a bad spot because you got a coach that you've got to fire, and you've got the president or whatever saying that no, he's coming back, but you need to fire him, but you also need to hire an AD, and you can't fire your head coach and then hire it before you get the AD, because then you've got a lame duck new head coach, and you're not going to get anybody that's going to agree to that. And then you also got so many other big jobs out there that you're picking about 7th right now.
Oh, you're not picking 7th. You're way down the list.
Yeah, like
you are the rebound coaches.
Let's put it this way: if you're picking basketball teams, and me and Ryan are part of the lineup of 20 guys, you're down to the me and Ryan stage of your choice of who you're going to get to lead your football program.
Who would you choose? 6'5" fat you, or 5' nothing me? That's a hard choice.
I'd probably choose you because I will pass out.
Right, and I have Adderall. I can run all over that damn place.
Exactly, and you're much better shape than I am.
Yeah,
I mean, I am in
not good shape.
I'm round,
yeah.
but
Oval,
yeah, no,
more.
they're in a bad spot because it's one where you've got to make the change, and you're probably going to end up firing him next October.
Yes,
you're going to fire him early. But I mean, even if they did have their pick of coaches, what coach worth their salt is going to take a job with no AD? Because you're going to have a new guy that you don't know, who didn't hire you, who's looking to make a name for himself. And the minute you have one hiccup, you're gone. You're done.
It's a strange spot to be in, but I couldn't think of a better group of people to be in it.
Yes, this is their what they call just desserts. This is what they've earned. They are earning this is the karma that comes with being what Baylor is.
Agreed.
And thank you to the Ritz.
Thank you, Ritz. Segue.
Thanksgiving, Houston, look at this big bird. Let's ride. Who wants pizza? Star Pizza coming in hot. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hold on, girl, steady. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
I love that.
Thank you, Sora.
Moron. Yeah. How bad is, I think this is exiting the Orange Garage. Apparently, there we go. Very bad tonight. That sucks. But
who would have ever thought that
it'll be fine when I'm.
Who would have ever thought it'd be tough exiting a full garage at a sporting event?
Yeah, probably not the best way to do it, but best way to do it for a campus.
And I say that about garages for any sporting event. I've always hated them.
Yeah,
always. I used to get stuck in the one in Dallas.
Okay.
Going to Mavericks games.
As bad as tonight was, and this is a very good point, Connor, at least nobody stabbed two of their teammates right before a freaking game like happened in Birmingham this morning. I haven't
caught up on that since the game started, but
he stabbed him in the football facility, which means they were doing meetings and pregame meal and stuff, and they pissed him off so bad he stabbed him.
Yeah, that's just crazy, but I couldn't help but remind me of some of the people that I was around when I was at ULM, and it made me think of a few people, and I just I know that there's people out there that are capable of doing that, and I'm sure whoever this kid was, that there were probably signs beforehand. You get to those group of 5 levels, and you get some power 5 guys that you're like, why are they down here? What's going on? And a lot of times it could be personality issues. Sometimes obviously they just weren't as good as they previously thought, but you'll find some interesting characters at those levels more so than you will at the Power 5 level, Power 4 level.
Did you have a lot of Louisville Street hooligans there in Monroe? Is that what you were dealing with?
I'm not exactly sure what that means, but there were definitely some hooligans and some interesting characters that I made sure to stay away from.
Okay. It's funny you say that, because first thing I thought of is, I know a few teammates. They never stabbed anybody, but I know I can tell you who the ones who would have been the ones stabbing people.
Right. Yeah, you're like, oh, that's so crazy. But if you've actually been in a locker room, you're kind of like, well, I've been around some crazy mother, and if the situation asks for it, that's the kind of stuff that might have happened.
I'll remind myself once again that it's year 2 of a rebuild in order to avoid overreacting.
Yeah,
if you would have told me,
always good thoughts.
If you'd have told me before the year would be 8-3, I'd be ecstatic. This loss sucks. I'm going to tell you, everything about this season has been weird to me. The fact that you are 8-3, the fact that the offense is kind of,
yeah, I mean, that's why I'm so positive. I know what it was like going 4-8, and I can't imagine how this podcast was going last year and the conversations y'all were having. But when I see this 8-3, I'm like, dude, if I would have been 8-4, I would have been amazing. I would have been happy. Life would have been good. But no, we went 4-8 and lost my last college game, and it sucked.
Well, and the funny thing is, last year, that was the second 4-8 season
in a row. Correct.
Yeah.
So,
last year's podcasts were 22 minutes each because we were saying the exact same thing every single week.
Badden's a beast.
It wasn't so bad last year because, we just understand that this is a process. It's basically starting
for year 1.
And what the one previous mention was, you're right. We're year 2. We're year 2. The good here's the bright side. It's probably cope on my part, but when they sit down at the end of the season and they do the reviews and everybody kind of looks at the season holistically, there's so much, there's no way you can get there's no way you can kind of rest on your 8 wins if that's what it turns out to be. Potentially 9 next week at Baylor, since we are apparently a juggernaut on the road. But there's no complacency. There's no room for complacency in that because, as much as you want to get pats on the back,
Big 12 championship.
Just because it works doesn't mean you did it right. So there's a lot of room for improvement, and that goes for top down from every coach to every player, and maybe some trainers too.
Well, I honestly think next week is huge, and they should be treating it like their Super Bowl because 9 wins, beat Baylor. Now, I know we'll have a bowl game after that, but I think that'll just be a great catalyst going into next year.
100%.
That would be my message, guys. Like,
if you beat Baylor this coming week, you will have beat them twice there, and they would have beaten you here. TCU has beaten you here twice, and you beat them in Fort Worth.
Mm-hmm.
No one would have guessed that your Baylor and TCU Big 12 games would have been the road team winning every single time.
Well, they have a pretty decent crowd. Gets us hyped. Gets us excited.
Yeah. Eddie Nunez was directing traffic at the Cullen-Elgin intersection.
Hey, that's my AD. Wait,
That's your AD.
sorry. I was thinking, what is our AD's name?
That's him, Eddie Nunez.
Oh, okay.
That's him,
AD Eddie.
AD Eddie. Big time recruit Davian Gross, I think that's how you say his name. Florida commit had U of H gloves on in a Frisco playoff game last night. Gross was here today. Saw him on the sideline. I got the names of about
Florida, bro.
40 different recruits that were in attendance tonight. Some big ones. Christian White, who is a Ohio State commit, was here. Cameron Wyatt, Chase Allen, Braxton Hart, Trevor Mooring, Kyle Johnson. Big names. 26 and 27 guys.
Of course, we flop.
There's a lot of spots up for grabs, and if you're looking to start immediately,
Yeah.
Good seats available.
And you got great quarterbacks too. At least you'll have either Wigman. I'm sure he'll be better than this year, or you got Keyshawn Henderson. So
I mean, you got if everybody's here next year, then you got 2 5-star quarterbacks.
right.
Yeah. I had something. They better open up the GD playbook for Henderson next year. That's not happening. You're not going to have a senior last year at quarterback and a 5-star junior this year at quarterback and be conservative and then bring in a freshman to go play at Utah and West Virginia and Texas Tech and Kansas State and Colorado and say, oh, now we're going to throw the hell out of the ball. No, that's not going to happen. It's going to be a very similar offense. And Keyshawn Henderson signed up for that. It's not like they're fooling him. Like he's expecting something crazy different.
I mean, you're going to remember, he's been committed for a long time.
A long time. And if your expectations are through the roof on that guy, that's going to be on you because he's going to be a freshman. He's not played anything close to what he's going to play in the Big 12.
I'll say this too, though. You know, you throw someone like Johnny Manziel. This is going to sound weird.
Okay, but he was a Heisman winner.
I'm just saying, if you throw someone in like Johnny Manziel and run the same offense we're running, it's going to seem like the playbook's open because certain players can make plays out of nothing.
Yeah.
And sometimes it might not necessarily – it's hard to say unless we're in the film room. It might not be a play call thing as much as it is a Wigman thing. And it probably goes both ways. But, you know, maybe you put someone in like Henderson in, and he just knows how to maximize, you know, the playbook. So, again, it's hard to say. If I was in the film room, I'd have a better answer. But it's probably a little bit of both. I like we mentioned, you know, I think it comes more from Fritz. You know, he wants to be more on the conservative side. But, again, like maybe Wigman's just missing some reads. You know, you put someone like Hoover back there, right? He's just throwing the ball. He doesn't care. And sometimes that leads to, you know, 3 interceptions. So sometimes it depends, you know, on the player that's running the plays.
I think Eddie and his staff tried implementing things they saw at UCF in terms of fan engagement. I'd say it worked for the most part. I am curious to know what people thought of the DJ. You had a DJ in this stadium for a few years, and it was terrible. It was so bad. It seemed like it went better today. Like it just seemed more in harmony. TCU had their band. U of H had their band. I'm curious what y'all thought of the environment today. The fans being into it, the DJ, how you thought that went, the fireworks, everything else. They did try some things. Eddie has faced some heat, and they acted. You know, they had a few weeks to do it, but they put some things into place and made it better. The parking situation, if it's that bad in that orange garage, that kind of takes away But
if they could fix entry and exit,
yeah,
that would do a lot.
yeah. And of course, they had all this planned, and then the Department of Transportation closed 45 right here in front of the school.
Yeah.
Whoops, didn't see that coming.
I'll tell you what, it's impressive that that Eddie was facing a lot of criticism, and instead of kind of hiding away and dodging it, he stepped right into the fire and said, "Look, here's the situation. I hear you. We're going to try to make things better. We're going to do everything we can to make things better." And you see the little small steps, and they do have an impact.
Yeah.
And going forward and coming into the next year, you don't have to do a whole lot of big things if you can do all of the small things. If you can just get your fundamentals correct, get people in, get people out, streamline the experience, have your warm food, cold drinks, everything, all the things that you can control. If you can do all those things really well, then you can start building on the bigger things.
UNT just went up 21-14 at Rice. Rice giving away free beer for their students today. I am so curious how that goes and if they burn down all of Rice Village,
yes,
which I'm rooting for.
All 12 of them.
Hey, if you're giving free beer away, they tried that at baseball years and years ago on that hill they had in left field.
I'll tell you what,
out there.
About 20 years ago, I would be at Rice right now.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I would have pulled the doubleheader.
I wish I would have known.
Why?
No, I'm kidding. I don't drink.
Huh?
No, I'm talking about Brad.
Oh.
I thought you were asking me why I would have gone.
Yeah, that's what I am asking. Why would you have gone to the Rice game?
Well, they're playing right now,
beer?
right?
Yeah.
Free beer.
Well, because I would have gone to the U of H game first, and then my post game would be free beer at Rice, and then
It's free beer for students. You'd have been 35.
I would have ripped somebody's.
I forgot my
ID away
student
from
card. Yeah. Come on.
Give me your ID, nerd.
Yeah. I think the only issue with play calling is second downs sometimes feel like wasted downs.
I don't disagree.
That might be true, but the problem is they're 2nd and 9. And you put so much on third downs. You were 3 of 14 at one point. I don't know what you ended up on third downs, but it wasn't good.
It's an interesting point. Something
I
you don't usually look at.
I just wish we would call the plays that, the ones that get like 7 or 8 yards more often.
Yeah, they call the touchdown play more. I think would be a big deal.
That play call that's first and 10 that only gets 1. We don't like those. We need the ones that are 1st and 10 with the get 50.
Yeah. How do you explain 5-0 on the road and 3 losses at home? You don't? Nobody can explain that to you?
Focus. Discipline.
So Galen always talks about that it's much easier to come together on the road, like how the guys did in the bubble in Indianapolis during COVID, or how they've done. I mean, U of H was undefeated on the road last year in basketball. I think it might be easier to focus on the road and to have all those distractions. Girlfriends are at home; they're not bothering you.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And here's my thought on it.
Let him talk, Brad.
Go ahead.
I appreciate it. I'll be quick.
Take your time.
I was just going to say, personally, I don't really notice a difference. I think at the end of the day, a football game is a football game. We play on the same field. But there is something pretty cool about having your back against the wall, and that's kind of what it feels like when you're in an away game. And you hear the fans, and they're booing against you. And personally, I kind of like that. Like, oh, you want me to lose? Let's go. And then you kind of have that like nothing to lose attitude, because when your fans are there, it's almost more pressure maybe. And unless, you know, your home field truly feels like a safe place, I guess, you just love playing there. There's an argument that away games might actually be
Easier.
more advantageous to you than disadvantageous.
Yeah, no fat little girlfriends patting you on the ass.
But no, that's what I was going to say.
Relate.
Exactly. It's the opposing crowd to get you fired up.
Yeah, I love it. Like the Oklahoma game, loved it. They're loud.
That was a
screaming.
great atmosphere.
Yeah, so it just that goes down to the mind part of the game, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, what are your Louisiana sources saying? Sources are saying that I have no clue what's happening.
Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin is the biggest cock tease ever in the history of the world, and he's going to milk this for all it's worth for at least another 8 days. He very well could be the next head coach, and he very well could just leave you hanging. And anybody that says they know is lying to you, because nobody has a clue what's going on in that dude's head.
He seems more like a Florida guy to me, but I don't know.
Bullshit, I can't. Florida guy. He's not wearing jorts and Crocs to a game.
No, he's ready to go smell like a corn dog.
Do you want Lane Kiffin as your coach?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's the thing. The number 2 guy, whoever that is way down the list.
Yeah.
I mean, Brad, who would you say the number 2 guy is? Summerall from Tulane? Who's number 2? Maybe Kenny Dillingham from Arizona State?
I saw something, saying that LSU keeps hiring these big names and paying a lot of money, and that they should hire someone that's, more up and coming.
Well, the thing
Lane Kiffin kind of is, though.
They've only hired one big name. I mean,
right. And he was
there was this young guy that nobody heard of called Nick Saban that was mediocre at
he was good
Michigan
at Michigan State. He had a good last year.
They had
99.
They had some dude that wore a giant hat at Oklahoma State that was just a little above mediocre. And then they just had some crazy Cajun dude that nobody could understand.
Yeah. I guess they became big names after they went to LSU.
Yes.
Well, they got Brian Kelly, and that was the big starfucker hire.
So yeah, maybe don't do that again. But I think Lane Kiffin would be a good hire.
I mean, if I don't know, if I was LSU, I would.
What about
be sneaking
Mario
conversations and putting stacks of hundreds, a little trail from Oregon
to Dan Lanning. I
he
like
said,
Dan Lanning.
Where was he getting offered to go last year? And he was like, I'm not leaving Oregon. Maybe that was Alabama before.
The rumor is that he's got a boatload of stock options now with Nike.
Yeah.
And a huge buyout. And all of those are bad for a state like Louisiana, who's struggling, apparently.
I mean, it would make sense that if they had a coach that they were trying to keep, they would load them up with options. Kind of like the way Gary Patterson had those oil interests.
Yeah, why not? But
Urban Meyer.
No, thank you. I mean, stabbings would be a good day under Urban Meyer.
Yeah. Nothing like having a
Nick
security
Saban,
in your own locker room. Urban's there.
I tweeted at Eddie thanking him for the environment tonight. It seemed to be better. And the game day changes that made that happen. Also thanked him for the fireworks show. Okay. I'm glad that people liked the fireworks because it just did not look great from my vantage point, but I was not in the best spot for that. When recruits are here on visits, do the games really impact like some fans think? No. U of H would not win any recruiting battles ever if the games impacted what players did. Because a guy that goes like Jaden Warden, a guy that goes to A&M, and then comes here. The game's not. I mean, you're not winning battles that way. Do you call timeout there, Brad?
I have an announcement to make. At halftime, Penn State leads Nebraska 23-3. Carry on.
Penn State's good. Just unlucky.
Okay, that's a take. I don't think game day matters. Relationships matter. NIL matters.
Yeah, you want coaches that truly believe in you.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in the portal, that was the only thing that was the most important thing to me. It was like, hey, you actually believe in me? Do you actually see a future of me? Are you actually going to take care of me? Or are you bringing me in, you know, for different reasons? I want to play. Everyone wants to play. Everyone wants to be a guy. So that's why a lot of these schools like Houston are bringing in these bigger recruits these days, you know, because the portal gives them, gives them that opportunity to go to those big schools later and guarantee them more playing time. But, you know, coming in as a freshman, you can come to a school like Houston. There's a little bit less competition. Come in, ball out, do your thing. And with a staff like Houston, they're so family oriented, and that's why they're doing so well in the recruiting. And they know how to be real, and they're honest, and that's what they were to me. And that's why it was an easy choice to come in.
You think they took care of you and they cared about you as the player?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's not just Fritz. I mean, he's the head of the Snake, but that entire staff, I know he hires them to try to get them as close to him. You know, he hires people that are like him, and every day just felt it was a great experience. And I think people that are thinking about coming here, maybe not, see that. And like I said, that's why we're doing so well in the recruiting. And it's exciting to see where Houston's going to go with this. I think it's going to go well.
I think there's something that he has that a lot of people don't. And it's just that relatability, and there's an authenticity about him that he doesn't come off as slick and overly polished of a guy that's just blowing smoke up your ass to try to make you do whatever it takes to get you to come. You know, he's a guy that shoots everybody pretty straight. I mean, you see it in his press conferences. He doesn't gloss over a whole lot. He's just going to go and answer the questions and be straightforward.
Yeah,
similar to Kelvin, except nicer.
When he sat me down, he was kind of funny. You know, I talked to Wood, and Wood, same kind of guy, straight up. He sat me down. He's like, well, you know, he's like, we got a full ride scholarship for you. You know, $2,400 in cash extra every month, because that's what they pay football players on scholarship. And he's like, and the opportunity to compete, and we're gonna take care of you. And he's like, that's what I can offer you, man. And you know, it's kind of just like, it didn't seem like, you know, he wasn't trying to sell me on anything. He just, all I wanted was opportunity to compete, and that you genuinely saw me as a great player and someone that could, if you know, I follow and buy in, can be someone that's very important to the team. And that's what I did, and that's what happened. So that's why everyone, even not all teams are like this. The backups, even the third string guys that didn't play, they had a great experience. They know they got a fair shot, and they just didn't come through, and they make sure everyone gets a fair shot. And so you're going to get your fair shot. They take the politics out of it. There's a lot of politics in football, unfortunately, and they do a great job of taking it out. And they give everyone a fair shot, and they're going to, you know, you're going to know if you should be playing or not, and you're going to leave happy regardless. If you got to move on, you got to move on. If you don't, you know, you're doing well, whatever it is, you're going to get your opportunity.
Any promises or talk to you about development, like what you can be, what we saw, and what we think you can be?
Absolutely. I mean, that mostly came from Coach Wood, you know, but Fritz too. You know, he said, you know, we can hone your game, we will improve it, and you know, due to your athleticism and all these other things, you can be someone very special with us. And yeah, I can't imagine a much better staff that does better with developing you as a player. And that's their main focus, not only as a player, but as a man, on and off the field. And I became a much more mature person being there as well, and just a better person, because they show you by example and they teach you how to show up every day with the same attitude, the same drive, the same energy, no matter what's going on. And it can be difficult at first, but you learn to love it, and because they're doing the same thing. And so they hold you to a high standard, but they're with that every single day. They're not belittling you. It's just, I mean, I'm not even trying to like exaggerate it. It was just such a great experience. And maybe that was because my experience at ULM was hellish, and it was like straight out of a movie, just bunches craziness going on, bunch of politics, old coaches. And I got to come to this, and it was a great experience. So that's my take on it.
Okay. I'm glad you shared that, because that's really what it comes down to is, you like all the flash. I mean, all that's real cool stadium, real cool facilities, lots of people in the crowd. But at the end of the day, that's just a part of the journey. You're not dealing with that every single day.
Yeah.
It's every single day that you got to make your decisions on. And I think a lot of people might overlook that.
Yeah, they do. You play a game 12 times a year, and it goes by really fast. What about, 353 other days that you're there? So, yeah.
This is why this show is amazing. And what Brian is talking about are the questions that I've asked. And he's been very happy with the questions, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, we're smart enough that
get out of the way.
Throw the ball to Batten and let him run.
Yeah. I'm going to throw the ball like you threw that turkey, just straight up in the air, and let anybody get up.
Thanksgiving, Houston, look at this big bird. Let's ride. Who wants pizza? Star Pizza coming in hot. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hold on, girl, steady. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Girl, steady.
Yeah, right? Hold on, girl, steady. Woo!
You never know, man. They can get out from underneath you.
You know them turkeys. They
are known to be wild.
Wow.
Yeah. Game day atmosphere was much improved.
Woo.
Had to have consulted Loring, because the big problem in football is how long it is now with the TV timeouts. Excruciating.
Yeah.
3-minute, 5-second timeouts, nonstop. They had 4 in the first 24 minutes of the game, and it was just like between quarters, it's 4 minutes, and it's like, good Lord.
Yeah, the games are very long. I mean, we started at 3, ended at 6:45.
Yeah. So
they could cut down 30 minutes. Kind of, they did that with baseball. Sped up the pitches.
Yeah. Big time improvements as far as game day experience. Need to build off this and not settle. You've got a whole year to think through this. They have been doing the surveys. They've been taking advice. They've been open. Now they have to keep that momentum going. And I think Eddie's going to do that. And if he doesn't, we're going to have to talk. We're going to bring on, and this is something we're going to probably do in January, Brad, the band directors, David Bertman and Cameron, to talk about like what they think about game day experience and how it can be better. And they'll tell us about working in the DJ. Because I kind of got bodied on the field today by David Bertman. It was like, I want to come on your show and talk about game. And I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna bring Cameron Kubos and David Bertman on. The new DJ was great. The band played a nice mini concert on Cullen an hour before the game. That was really good. Speaking of game day experiences, Wanda says no improvements in my women's restrooms. Eddie. Fix them women's restrooms.
Hey,
That's
you gotta
not
get
good.
nice bathrooms. That would be actually smart as hell.
Yes. Batten, you
Like-
were like 7 years old when Brad and I used to be here at Robertson Stadium. There was corner bathrooms here on this southwest side, and you would stand and urine about 3 inches deep.
Don't say that.
game.
It was just tell yourself it was water. It was
It
near
was
ankle
it
deep.
was happy water.
What's wrong with people? They can't.
Well,
liquor.
I mean I don't think U of H was really worried about plumbing back then.
No, there was no plumbing worries at all. Lane automatically gets every recruit he wants in the state, meaning Louisiana. If it's true, Ogeron can come back. Ogeron's not coming back. He's going to get a head job. He's not going to LSU. He's using that as leverage to go get a job. I think he's a rebound guy. So Auburn takes Summerall, or they take like Eric Morris from UNT. Orgeron can slide into a place like UNT. Go recruit the north side of Dallas. That would be a golden spot for Ed Orgeron. Go to Shreveport, get some guys there
I heard
in the Metroplex.
Didn't.
I heard that if Morris is out, if he leaves North Texas, that Shale Woods might be up for that North Texas job.
That'd be interesting. Mike Batten getting a GA job at North Texas.
Oh, God. I don't know about coaching, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's be some violence there.
Oh, I'd be a great coach, though.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
My dad was a great coach as well. I think that was his calling, but he was my little league coach growing up. I think he would have been damn good at that, but, he decided to chase the money because back then coaches weren't getting paid shit. And he was like, well, damn, I could be making millions right now.
He could.
But back then it was bad, in the 80, I think he finished in 86. So
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, my DC was bragging about making $30K a year. He was like, yeah, I think I'm going to go get a job.
Bill Yeoman retired in 86, and he maxed out at 150 as a college football Hall of Famer.
Yeah, now
Is a much, much different world.
else too. It's like, wow.
Position coach would make $500,000.
Yeah.
I mean,
Here.
1.2 or 3.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, Houston. Look at this big bird. Let's ride. Who wants pizza? Star Pizza coming in hot. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hold on, girl, steady. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
I love that video. Me too, Brian. Me too.
Yes, I worked hard on it.
Surprised at the Wegman hate here. Overall, he's been a big reason you're 8-3 this year. A huge reason. Huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
But guess Willie should stop touting his winning record when winning the turnover battle. No, he shouldn't. This is a game you absolutely should have won.
2
And
missed field goals.
if you get 4 turnovers and only commit 1, you should win 95% of those games.
Or more.
If you give up 28 points or less, you should win 90% of those games. They did both of those things today and lost. It's pretty rare.
Yeah, and the Wigman hate, I wouldn't say it's necessarily hate. It's just when you start playing like this and then you kind of come down here, well, now you set an expectation. So that's all we're saying is, where is this while you're playing down here? Let's get back up to here. Wouldn't call it necessarily hate, but just constructive criticism.
Yeah, I think expectations are the worst things in sports. If you come into a game and just, okay, let's see what happens. Maybe just a little easier to live with.
And it's tough. It's tough on the quarterback because really we aren't 8-3 without him.
Correct.
Yeah, I think without him, It'd be
4 or 5 wins.
Well, I mean,
Max.
maybe.
it really would. I mean, that's whenever you look at this team, and all credit to that. See, that's the thing. It's that the quarterback gets that credit, but when shit hits the fan and you go 15 for 29
Yeah.
for
Miss
160
some easy
yards,
throws, you know.
and you're just not playing great. Guess what? You're the one in the spotlight, so you're going to take the shots. You get paid the big money.
That's the beauty of the position.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's the best position, hot take, in all of sports.
And there's not one position in any sport that's played, any team sport that's played, that asks more from a player than quarterback.
correct.
They're the
It's the most important spot in all of sports, and
Yes.
it's been that way for 15 years.
It's beautiful. I miss playing it. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Can we talk about the Mac Rhodes rumors and which Arkansas job he's going to end up at? Well, there's only one job available there.
Must be talking about Pine Bluff.
Chris
Pine Bluff.
Pesman has the other one. And surely he's not going to take Chris Pesman out of that job. So I don't know about the Arkansas rumor, but I am all for it if there is one. The DJ was great. Fireworks were a nice try. Need light show next year.
Drones.
Good for Eddie rolling up his sleeves. And the drones rent that. Don't buy that. Poor Ethan. What was going on with his kicks? I don't understand. The first one, the one that came up 37 yards short on a 49-yarder, it looked like he hit the ground. Like a lot of pellets came up off the turf when he kicked that one. The second one, I have no idea, except that
There was pressure.
there's pressure, and there's
More
a lot
than
of
there
pressure.
maybe should have been, I guess is what I'm saying on the list.
100%, because number one, you have not used him all that much in the last few games, and I'm making friends. And two, your offense wasn't doing anything, so his kicks became more and more important. I thought I was about to get kicked out. Hot damn. Ryan overthinking it again. No, that happens. But I'm gonna ask Ethan about it tomorrow or Monday.
What was he, 19 for 21 going into this game?
Yeah, something like that. Something crazy.
I mean, to me, he was probably the best kicker in the Big 12, I would imagine.
Well, I mean,
he was moving.
That's another thing with the expectations that he set. His excellence raises the bar, so you expect him to make those kicks because he has. He's made both of those kicks.
Mm-hmm.
Pressure.
It's all good. Get it up.
What happened with Kansas State and Utah?
Who won?
It would haywire.
It was Utah 51-47.
Yeah, that game was like 38-31, like third quarter. Jeez.
Does that mean Utah's football team outscores their basketball team?
Yes.
Their basketball team is straight doo-doo.
That makes sense. Has Utah basketball ever been good?
Yes.
They were for a while, but it's been 20 years.
Yeah. If Utah in January scored 36 at Fertitta Center. That was it got delayed a day, I think, for the snow. Anyways, Eddie's been great. Hope Baylor's not looking at him. That's a situation I don't think you have to worry about.
Baylor, that's weird.
I mean, they might, but
They could very well, but Eddie's kids are at that age where he wants to keep them in a steady spot, unless they're offering that Mac Rhodes $4 million, and then you got to go. But I don't think they're going to offer that.
Hey, Georgia Tech's down 2 scores, and Tennessee's up 28-0 on Florida.
Yeah, that's it. Florida team that you think were pretty good. LSU's losing 3-0 in the second quarter.
Arizona State's down too. It's Colorado.
Do you think there will be a change at special teams coach?
Well, he's not
No.
going to change himself.
I mean, if you make a kick, special teams are fine, right? I think the kickers were not good. I don't think Liam had a very good day.
Gave up a 50 some odd
Yard return. Yes.
I feel like the blocking wasn't that good either, though. I feel like Liam had some pressure too. They're gonna have to address.
Yeah, that ball. He nearly had that block.
Field goal and punt.
Yeah.
I think they were. I'd be on their ass this week for sure.
Yeah.
It's not acceptable.
All right. Do you know anything about the guy that follows Willie around with the binder? Analytics guy.
Coach Myers.
Yeah.
He's like a military. He's funny. You don't mess with him. We were training for the pro day earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
And me and a couple guys, I can't remember what we had to ask him, but we went up there to ask him something. We thought, we're not players anymore. He's not going to do that whole military kind of like push us around thing. And well, boy, we were wrong. He's a hard-nosed guy, but he knows his stuff, and he's very involved with the team. And he gives us a presentation before every game. You end up loving him, though. Just don't get on his bad side. Like, seriously.
He was a college kicker and a really good college kicker. And has been with Willie for, I think, 3 stops. So, I mean, he's a Willie guy and completely devoted. Is Willie ever going to be aggressive when we have the ball close to halftime? The 2 times you're thinking about, West Virginia and today, you were inside the 20-yard line. I think at the 10 both times. No, you're not going to be aggressive.
I'm glad
that
I'm glad that people boo. Next time, take pictures of them because they're the people that don't know ball.
Yeah.
I understand this. You're 80 yards away. Inside of a minute, maybe a minute to go. You're receiving the ball first in the second half.
Yeah, that's just. It'd be a miracle if it'd be crazy if you tried to score on that, and you did. Well, you'd look like a genius, but the chance of that happening the
thing is that we're not that team. We're not that team yet.
We don't got
in 3 years. Whenever we have a rebuilt offensive line and we have productive receivers, the talent is better. Maybe that's a case. We would have done it with Case Keenum. We would have probably done it with a senior Clayton Tune. We would have done it with De'Aaron King and potentially Greg Ward. But those are completely different teams.
Yeah.
It's completely different scenarios. This team is not that good. And so one thing that you can't do that we've proven over the last few weeks is that you can't turn the ball over.
Right.
The worst thing you can do is turn it over and give up points while you're trying to go get points. And get points, you might have a 10% chance of getting.
Yeah.
Giving up points, you probably have a higher chance.
You had 48 seconds and you were at the 11-yard line. There's if you're at the 40, I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, because all you need is 20 yards. And
25 yards, yeah. But at the 11-yard line, where except for Will James, and we have not talked about him, and we should, except for him making plays, you hadn't done anything right. Rook Brown caught a ball. That was, I think, a little later. But Will James had the 2 interceptions. He made a filthy play on one of them. He forced that fumble. He punched the shit out of that ball. That was, textbook how you do it. But except for him, you weren't doing anything right. They were marching up and down the field. You were completely lost on offense. And to try to go hurry up 90 yards is inviting disaster. You're down 14-7 at that point. You put the ball on the ground, and it's all of a sudden 21-7.
That's the kind of stuff.
I think everybody's
fired.
Yeah, everybody's a lot more mad about that. So I think you go into halftime, you regroup, you just move. The mentality of, okay, we have the ball, we need to go score. I don't think at the 10-yard line, that's how 95% of coaches would do it. I think Art Browse would have done that, and I think Dana Holgerson as an OC would have done that 15 years ago, but nobody else.
I would argue, even with a quarterback like Case Keenum or Clayton Tune, I would be a little hesitant.
Mm-hmm. Well, Case Keenum had a ton of offensive weapons.
Yeah.
And that would have been, that 2011 year would have been a year I would think about it. Mm-hmm. But virtually every other season, no. Brad, fair?
Oh, 100% fair. I mean, there's look, Willie has won so many games in his career for a reason. You know, yeah. I know that it's easy it's one thing if you want to question Dana because he doesn't have the track record that Willie does. Understand Willie knows what he's doing. He's putting us in a position. It might not be, it won't ever, I don't think it'll ever be pretty because it's never going to look like what Lane Kiffin would do. It doesn't look like what we have done in the past. We don't have high flying offense and it'll never happen. It will get better. It'll look better and everybody will really like us running on first and second down. We have an offensive line that can actually move people consistently. And you're getting 3 to 6 yards a carry and finding yourself at 3rd and 2 constantly as you're running a 11-minute drive. It'll get better. If anybody remembers the Tulane teams that were the last 2 really good ones, those were ball control offenses and quarterbacks who managed the game.
Who was the quarterback on those teams? Michael Pratt.
Michael Pratt, yeah. Turn him into a draft pick.
Not right. His first 2 years, he was terrible.
But I mean, they had elite running game. What was his name?
Yeah.
Tajay Spears.
Mm-hmm.
Elite running game. We will have that. It's just going to take some time. But it's never going to be flashy.
No, it's not. And to win games in this conference, if you've just got to control the ball, fine. Go win Big 12 games. That's how you're going to get people excited. Thank you to all of you that are here with us. 700 people. We appreciate it. 0 people on Facebook. Once again, we have fallen off a cliff on Facebook.
No, Facebook is back today, baby.
What is? I don't know what that means.
Facebook we're loaded. We got tons of people on Facebook today.
Okay.
How many?
4.
None. Okay.
We're killing it, dude. That's like
400%
doubling our audience, dude.
Might be. What?
Townsend.
So fucking stupid.
I am.
Yeah, you're Pete Weber. All right, let's wrap this bad boy up. We've been going for a while, hour and 40 minutes. Everybody's pissed off. Everybody has a right to be pissed off. That was a terrible product today. The offense was putrid. The special team sucked. The defense did a good job. They gave up a lot of yards, but they didn't give up a lot of points. They gave up that field goal on a 17-yard drive after a big punt return. I think they did their job. I don't think anybody else did their job. Brad?
You asking me for a final thought on that?
Yeah, or whatever you want to do.
Well, we lost. But good thing is we got basketball on Monday and Tuesday, and we got Towns Feast Week beginning. I'm going to have to get Galen to drop off a giant wheelbarrow of anti-diabetes meetings or anti-diabetes medicine. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about the game anymore. It's over. Done.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say, too, is, we lost whatever. We have Baylor next week, and we need to win that. And just end the season strong, man. That's what, and I think that's what they're focused on.
I would really like to get that 9th win. I don't think people quite understand how few 9-win seasons U of H has put together.
Not very many.
And just in the context of football, 8-win team is a good year. 9-win is you're pushing elite status. You know, there's some teams that almost get in the playoffs going 9-3, and they might this year. So,
and then you could possibly steal that 10th,
win a bowl game,
right?
In the 10th win. You've only done that a few times: 73, 76, 77, 79, 88, 89, 90. 2006, 2009, 11, 15, 22. I mean, it hasn't happened very many times.
Mm-hmm. And Fritz's second year, that's
I think these guys are overachieving. They did not today. They were bad. And it's okay to say it. It's okay to be honest about it.
Yeah. I mean, having to step back from it, I would rather have wins over Arizona State and Arizona than if we would have lost those two to beat West Virginia and TCU. I mean, I always want to beat TCU just for recruiting purposes.
Yeah. Well, that's why we got to beat Baylor.
I mean, it's not like I have to worry about their 15 fans. I mean, you could literally have both the fan bases fighting in a telephone booth.
Okay. I don't really know where that came from, but all right.
That means they're non-existent. You can fit.
Oh, well, I understood that part. Well, I understood that part too. I don't know why that's where you decided to.
Bragging rights doesn't matter.
Okay. There you go. Okay. We'll be here Monday. I'm going to tell you, Brett, we're not doing a show tomorrow night because these people they saw us Thursday night. They see us tonight.
And we're going to have 3 nights. We're going to have 3 nights in a row for Thanksgiving. Then you're going to have to make sure that I'm still alive next week after Thanksgiving.
We're going to do a Thanksgiving show. We're just going to have you eat. And then Galen, force feed you diabetes medicine.
That'd be sweet.
And then have you eat some more. Yeah. It's just
speaking of eating, hey, Ryan, can I show my screen and show you what
no.
Show all the good people what Star Pizza's done? They've updated their website, man. They got pictures on it and it looks fantastic.
Well, I think people have seen photos on websites. Get you some Star Pizza. They're great people. It's better pizza. Lunch specials. Go ahead.
This caprese salad looks freaking fantastic.
Uh-huh. Well, you enjoy that salad, buddy. It looks like you've enjoyed way too many salads.
It doesn't even have ranch on it.
I'm sorry.
Hey, I never thought I'd like a salad without ranch.
Okay. Next week, Towns mainlines turkey gravy.
You don't know what this is. It could be gravy.
Sure don't. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back Monday for Syracuse, Tuesday for Tennessee, and Wednesday for who knows. And then I'll be in Waco for what I assume is going to be an 11 a.m. kick Saturday. And we'll do it one more time. Thank you so much for watching. Brad is writing this week. Make sure to check that out. Jamie's going to be writing basketball, and we're going to be here Monday night for Cats. Thank you so much. GoCoogs.com. Batten, appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for joining.
Of course.
Let's watch that Thanksgiving Star Pizza ad one more time.
Happy Thanksgiving, Houston. Look at this big bird. Let's ride. Who wants pizza? Star Pizza coming in hot. Yeah!